testimony, verse 8, it says this: by faith Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to a place he would later receive as an inheritance, and he went out without understanding where he was going. So Abraham didn't know where the Lord wanted him to go, but he went anyway because he had faith that God would lead him, he would guide him to the place. And the most important moment for us to learn about Abraham's faith is that when God asked him to sacrifice his son Isaac, his only son that God gave him, and he didn't hesitate because he believed that whatever God does is for the good. And Hebrew 11 verse 29 says, by faith they crossed the Red Sea as if on dry land, and when the Egyptians tried it, they were swallowed up. And what he says here that Moses and the people, they crossed the Red Sea because God helped them, because of God, Moses was able to divide the Red Sea, and they were able to get over the other land. But when Pharaoh and his army tried it, they were swallowed up because they don't believe God exists. They didn't believe in God, and every time God says to let his people go, Pharaoh refused. And for the people who think they have little faith, Jesus says this in Matthew 17 verse 20. He told them, it was because of your little faith. I tell you the truth. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. So your little faith has the potential to do great miracles. Don't be scared just because you have little faith, because your little faith can do many great things. And faith is assurance, a know so, not hope so way of understanding why things happen. First of all, a definition of assurance is a positive declaration intended to give confidence and a promise. So faith is something that gives us confidence. It's a promise to let us know that something we believed in has happened. Faith is not for hoping that something will, but it's for believing that something has already happened when we believe in God. And when we hear other people pray for the sick, they say, Lord, you have already healed your son and daughters. They don't say, we hope you will cure these people. Because we know that God, he works for us, he helps us. And Ephesians 2 verse 8 says, for by grace you are saved through faith, and this is not from yourself. And James 2:17 says, so also faith, if it does not have work, is dead being by itself. I think it's trying to say that faith is a gift from God. And yesterday we heard from Pastor Indra that we receive faith from hearing the word of God. And if we put that faith into work, we will overcome many difficult obstacles. And if we don't use the gift God has given us, it's gonna die. And a little faith we have will die out. And once faith is dead, our life becomes useless. We can't do anything, and the distance between us and God grows bigger and bigger. And if we don't return, if we don't think about God even the slightest bit, if we never read the Bible, if we never hear the word of God, our life will be over. And if that happens, our name in the book of life will be erased. And we all know that if that happens, there's only one place for us to go. If we don't have God in our life, our life will if we don't have God in our life to help us, we will fall in the hands of the devil. So that's all I have. I know it was short, but I hope you understand. That's it.